Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you about somebody who is probably in a relationship or some agreement. So this could be like in a contract. They're trying to make it seem as though they are not a free agent, but they are a free agent. So this could have to do with talking about whether or not you're single and available for a relationship, or talking about whether or not you're available in terms of work, or if you have reliable income. But somebody here is creating an illusion and they want it to seem like things are in a better place than it really is, because it benefits them for someone else to see them in a better situation. So this could be having to do with a courtroom or having to do with a dating scenario. Let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chimes. I hope you're having a good day so far. If you're interested in a personal reading, I would love to do one for you. My email address is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. It's in the description box for you, as is more information on how to become a member. Thank you to the current members. Let's start with, we're going to go with the Energy Oracle and see what else we've got. Hello, Dana. What's up? What's up, Steph? How you doing? What else do we have? Happy family, caring connections, and contracts. And I told you. All right, so here's the deal. I think this is someone who is going through the motions, smiling for the cameras, making it seem like everything is happy-go-lucky. But this card came out in the reverse. I don't normally take this deck as upright or reverse. I just look at the card that comes out. But I do think it's interesting that it's kind of implying that maybe there isn't as much love or affection as people see from these two. It could just be because it's important for their image to look like they're in a happy relationship. That's good. Hello, Rach. How you doing? Hello, Illuminati. Hello, Carrie. What's going on? This is the gold foil tarot. Wild. So we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse from the Tattoo Tarot, and the first card that I pulled is the Ten of Cups in the reverse. And both of them have that rainbow effect at the top. So does this happy family. So this happy family is not so happy. They're just hoping that everybody thinks that it looks like a very happy picture. We've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Somebody who, it's like they're editing their pictures, or, you know, right before the camera captures what's going on, everyone has to erase their frowns, right? Hello, Enfrance, how you doing? Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Page of Swords, Ace of Cups. Why do I feel like someone wants to do an interview or write a book or tell the truth? Maybe even just post something on their social media and say, I know you all think it's perfect, but it's not. Let me tell you what it's really like. Makes me think of the tagline for Real World. What happens when people start getting real or something like that. You guys, I'm not going to be able to remember it verbatim, but this is we just want to make sure everyone thinks that it's perfect and idyllic and everyone should be jealous of it. But the truth is there's not a lot of love. Five of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and the World in the reverse. So the world in this instance is coming through as keeping things to ourselves, right? Being successful in misdirecting everybody or getting everyone to think that something is better than it really is. But the world can also be a reference to the internet. It kind of feels to me like we've got someone who thinks that it's time to tell the truth or to give a little sneak peek into the reality of this family life or into this relationship. Hello, Redbeard. What's going on? Hello, Tucci. Three of Wands, the Chariot, and the Six of Pentacles. This is an arrangement. This is, I'm with you because otherwise it would be more difficult, or because financially it's better for me. I think they could work together, or there could be some like fandom or people who are like cheering them on, like we want to make sure you're still together, but I don't think they like each other. I think it's like, you again? I was hoping you weren't here, you know? This is the Meta Muse. Hello, Dennis. How are you doing? Hello, Elizabeth. How's your day going? All right, so we've got the Fool, another Nine of Swords, and the Ace of Pentacles. Maybe there's like a very successful social media account or a reality television show at play here. Maybe these two own a business together and they don't really have a good plan in terms of what happens if we're not together. So it feels like there's pressure to make it feel to everybody else that these two are happy together. What's up, Bedlam? How are you doing? Hello, Sundar. What's up? Hello, Queen. So we have Hierophant in the reverse, High Priestess, Page of Wands. It could be that it's one of the individuals in this relationship that decides to kind of dispel the illusion and just tell the truth. Like, actually, we're not together anymore. Or, I'm not really feeling it anymore. I don't like them anymore. But it's been a secret. And someone with this Page of Wands with some newspaper or social media post or whatever, we've got someone saying, it's not really that great. King of Pentacles in the reverse, Prince of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles, and the Princess of Cups or Page of Cups. So we might have a child that is commenting on their parents' relationship saying, yeah, I know everyone thinks it looks great, but they don't like each other. They don't even like live in the same place, or they're just like making it look like it's that great, but it's really not. You could have somebody within the relationship saying it's not that great. You could also have somebody who was a third party. I know you all think that those two are happy, but the truth is that one of them has been seeing me. So there's new information that's brought to light, and it impacts how everybody else views this relationship, and it gets downgraded. People are like, oh, okay, so I guess that's fake then. Chariot in the reverse. King of Cups in the reverse. So one of the individuals in this family unit or in this relationship is exposed for being dishonest or for making it seem like they were more in love than they really were. I'm not going to name names, but I can think of somebody out there who was very like confident and wrote songs for their love, the person that they started a family with, and then they got exposed for cheating on that person. So it's like one of those things where I feel like I've got everyone looking at me enviously or like thinking that I've got everything. But the reality is there's some secrets that haven't come out, and when they do, they make the relationship look less enviable, right? Less successful or genuine. What's up, Darnell? This is the Love Oracle. So we have beginnings, try again, new direction, start over, and family. We could have someone who has just had a child, so they feel pressure to make it seem like everything is perfect. But there's someone who has abandoned their responsibilities or is seeking time on their own, not really doing right by this living romantic family, whatever it is, situation. I think we have somebody who's cheating. I'm sorry. I hope that's not triggering. I don't feel like this is a reading that is going to resonate for a ton of people, but I do feel like there is somebody probably younger or somebody who is maybe even at a workplace, but there's this attraction, this temptation, and the existing relationship gets kind of put out of mind. Like, maybe I should just flirt with this person and all of my problems will go away. It never works out that way. Yup. So there are words that have not been spoken that need to be spoken, or there are lies attempting to hide the reality of what's going on. Past life, deja vu, repeated patterns, karmic lessons, and boundaries. No, drawing the line, and enough. I think the reason we have the truth coming out about this relationship is because somebody has decided, I'm not going to be quiet any longer. I'm not going to let you work it out yourself, or I'm not going to let you, you know, make it seem like you're some great catch or some great, you know, parent. I'm going to let everybody know what's really going on and that you aren't doing what you're supposed to, or that things are not, you know, perfect. This is Hocus Pocus. Oh, Tucci, we're more powerful than that. We all can just send loving energy towards James. We could send a hug, you know? Hello, EXO. How are you doing? I have done that. We've got the 10 of Pumpkins or the 10 of Pentacles. Seven of Candles or 7 of Wands in the reverse, and the Queen of Potions or the Queen of Cups. Yeah. This is opening up the vault and showing the secrets that are there. You all see this 10 of Pentacles. You all see this like perfect relationship or living situation, but let me show you the truth of it. I'm going to be a little bit vulnerable and tell you that this isn't awesome, or I'm not happy, or I've been hurt, or I can't trust my parents, you know, whatever it is, it's not lining up with everything else that people have heard about this relationship or this living situation. Hello, Gavin. How are you doing? I'm going to delete that because I don't know what you're saying. You're welcome to repost it in English. Hello, Jacob. I don't disagree with you. Just make sure you're not being judgy in the comments, please. We've got the 7 of Lightning or 7 of Swords in the reverse and Temperance in the reverse. So it all looked really great. Everybody thought that you were happy. Everyone thought that your family was going really well. And then, just kidding, I'm going to tell you what's really going on. That person cheated. So we're going through a divorce, or we're not together anymore, or, you know, they're never here. This truth comes out, and it's awkward. Wheel of Fortune, a change in perception. And the King of Swords or the King of Lightning. The truth comes out. Hey, Kevin, I am not going to let you on my live chat if you continue to say that. I appreciate that, Jacob. Hello, Edgar. How are you doing today? We've got somebody here who feels that it's time to be honest. We put a lot of effort into making it seem like everything was great, or we all have that sense of pride in making things maybe sound great. You know who my favorite people are, though? It's the people who are willing to be very honest about, you know, I'm really grateful for this and this is awesome and I love this part of my life, but this has been a struggle. Or, you know what, I messed up, I did this thing, didn't really think about it. People who are real. And maybe this Queen of Cups is like, I'm sick of like pretending. I'm just gonna tell it how it is, you know? Hello, Madison, how are you doing? I'm sending you a hug, Gavin. I hope things improve for you. We've got the Six of Candles, which is the Six of Wands, and the Tower. So what has been propped up as some like beacon of hope for a relationship, or what everybody had, you know, envied, is now kind of in shambles. Now it's like, oh, well, I guess it wasn't as great as you told me, or as I had thought it was, or as it looked. It humanizes this person a little bit more, right? Like, oh yeah, we all have to deal with problems. Nobody's got a perfect life. Six of, excuse me, Six of Potions, which is the Six of Cups, and the Ace of Pumpkins, or Ace of Pentacles. But there's something beautiful about this moment because it is freeing someone from feeling like they have to put on this act, or feeling like they have to continue this line, right? They don't want to continue to build this illusion. They'd rather it just be honest. Hello, Madison. I do not do that. I do have one that I have been working on, but it is far from ready to be sold. I do have one that I homemade as well, but it's slightly inappropriate. So I don't use it on the regular channel, general readings. Hello, Gary. How are you doing? Hello, Jack. What's up? Nine of Lightning, or Nine of Swords in the reverse, and the Two of Candles, or Two of Wands. Yeah. Maybe it'll be easier for me to deal with what's going on if I can just be honest. I don't want to also lie about it. So I think they just put that out there. Tell the truth. Like, actually, no, it's not going great. I know you all think that it's wonderful, but we're not really talking anymore. Hello, Ixie, how you doing? Hello, Whispers. I do often take personal questions at the end of the general reading with priority to those who tip. We've got money problems. Lack of money is causing tension, and I'm single, enjoying the single life. Yeah. This is someone who's like, yeah, I don't know. It was great, and then it wasn't. Someone may have had some difficult conversations about money. There may have been some horrible spending habits, or some dishonesty about how money was being spent. That could be the reason that this relationship started to fall apart, but there was also some infidelity. So there's new love on the horizon for this person. They may be struggling a little bit right now, adjusting to how things have changed, but I do feel like there is, maybe even because of this announcement, someone who decides to shoot their shot because they've had their eyes on this person for a while. Excuse me. This is the Voyage of the Soul. That's true. What's up, Grindhard? How you doing? Alive, excitement, boldness, vigor, dynamic, zest, and movement. And life is now. Create art, poetry, music, dance, expression, and color. So this is really positive energy for the person who is, like, the relationship is ending. I don't think that's what they would have chosen, but they're realizing how much more time they have, or how much more energy they have to put into projects that are important to them, or to be more creative. And it's kind of almost like a silver lining to the situation. Like, now I can do things differently. Whispers, I do offer like long form personal readings. If you want to email me, I can tell you the details. My email is wickedwandstarot@gmail.com. Otherwise, people will tip on here. I would say it's best for like 3 or fewer questions that are kind of shorter. Otherwise, the personal readings are good for those things where you really want me to like dive in. And those start at $40. Hello, Zaza. How are you doing? So we have channel, downloads, claircognizance, flashes, information, and deliver. Aura, mood, light, glow, shield, and protection. With Gaia, plants, grounding, purification, herbs, holistic, and earth. So now that I don't have to put on this little act for everybody and make it sound like everything's fine and pretend like my life is good, I'm able to be more in touch with my intuition. I see things more clearly now. They're not influenced by someone else's opinion or perhaps untruths. And now we have someone who's able to invest in their own life more than they had before. So Queen of Cups is kind of coming out the winner, even though they might have felt like they were the loser or that they had been mistreated, may end up being a good thing, right? Whispers, there should be an icon of a $sign, I think is what it is. Hello, Nicole. It is indeed. All right, this is the Poe Tarot. What else do we have? Yes, it's in the description box for you. I think it's the very first thing in the description box, but it's Wicked Wands. Like, well, I guess that's probably backwards for you, but wands like this. tarot@gmail.com. Yeah, if you need it written out, I would just check the description box. But yeah, I'd be happy to do a reading for you. So we've got the 10 of Candles or the 10 of Wands. And all I loved alone. So if you resonate with this Queen of Cups, does not need to be a woman, by the way, and you've gone through this breakup, this is acknowledging that it's painful at times to go through these changes or these realizations of who you've been dealing with, but it's allowing you to set off on a new adventure and you're more in control of the circumstances. Maybe you finally have the ability to live exactly where you want to, or watch what you want on TV, travel when you want, eat what you want. There's a sense of freedom and excitement because not only do you no longer have to parade around like you're in some really happy relationship, you can be more honest about what's going on, but you also have the ability to choose things the way you want. I love this. We have the Ace of Swords or the Ace of Quills and the Sun. If you wish to forget anything on the spot, make a note that this thing is to be remembered. Sometimes we put too much pressure on a particular outcome without realizing that there are multiple ways to get the outcome that you want. Maybe someone was a little bit too focused on being in a marriage or living with someone or being in a committed relationship that they forgot it's also important to make sure that they choose the right kind of person for a partner, right? Hey, Jack, I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to put you in a timeout because it seems like you're losing your temper. I hope everything's okay. I hope that whatever it is gets better, but I don't like how you're acting in the live chat, okay? Hello, Lisa. So with the Sun, we have, they who dream by day are cognizant of many things which escape those who dream only by night. There are more opportunities available to this Queen of Cups than they realize. And I feel like in particular, it's about love because we did have that new love card come out. Let's see. This is the Romance Angel Oracle. Hello, Zeki. I don't really like demands, so no. Ooh, you're very bossy. You're welcome to come back tomorrow without, like, demands. All right, what else do we have? Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. So it could be that someone had some money issues because of a codependency or a substance issue. It could be that there were financial issues in addition to that. But we do have a fallout or a breakup of a relationship that other people had thought was going to go the distance. And then there's this new attraction or this new person that makes you excited about love again after this fallout, right? And it happens for a reason, because it's not fun to play pretend and make it seem like you're in a happy relationship when you're really wishing for something more, right? Yep, that's what I do at the end of the general reading. I will say this, though. This is probably only going to go for another couple minutes because I got to run shortly. But I do go live multiple times a day. Sounds good, Whispers. Hey, Derek, please call me Carmen. Hello, Brian. How are you doing? Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So when this new love enters your life, the advice is to make sure that you are being open and honest about what's going on. But I think this could also be a reference to the fact that we have someone who feels liberated. They don't have to hide what's going on in their relationship anymore. They can just, you know, be honest and let it go. Have a good one, Carrie. Hello, Mac. What's up? What else do we have? The Three of Cups, Ace of Rupees or Ace of Pentacles, Hierophant in the reverse, and the Four of Swords in the reverse. Space and time to yourself is exactly what you need, and also what the other person needs. I'm not as convinced that that individual is going to take it, because they do seem to like get solace or seek comfort from others. They haven't really figured out how to look within. But for this Queen of Cups, I see there being a period of healing. There's definitely some friends that seem to be happy that things are moving in a different direction for you. But realizing that you don't have to be stuck in a relationship with someone who doesn't want to face the problems or deal with accountability, it enables you to like let go of the dead weight, right? Not have to do something for someone else because they won't do it for themselves. It makes you realize that you had really settled for less than you deserved, right? Yes, Derek. Hello, Ray. How are you doing? That's a good choice, Illuminati. This probably will be my last reading for today. So if you did want that today, Whispers, I would do so now, or like tip now. Otherwise, keep in mind that I would say it's more often than not a little more expensive on live stream versus the personal reading, unless you literally do just have one or two questions. All right, we've got the Queen of Rupees or Queen of Pentacles in the reverse and the Fool in the reverse. The person who thought that they could get better than the Queen of Cups is going to end up lamenting the fact that they didn't really think about it, right? Lamenting the fact that they didn't really like put forth the effort that they should have, right? They're going to see that they gave up one of the better like connections that they had in their life, if not the best one. Let's see. So Whispers, I'll just pull a couple cards for you and then I'm going to sign off. This is the Crow Tarot. Ooh. And also Grind Hearts. Hold on. Any talk? And does future wife like you? Oh, come on. Of course she does. But we'll ask. Are you saying her mom? Oh, okay, I get it, I get it. I missed the mom part. So Whispers, I've got the Six of Wands in the reverse, the Hermit in the reverse, and the Ace of Swords. There's something here where you may have felt like it's not going as well as you wanted it to, or you may feel it's even like a failure. I hope you're not considering yourself to be one, but with the Hermit in the reverse, it does kind of seem like there's this, I should have known better, or I should have been able to see that. There's information that's coming to you, like more to the story, and I feel like it's going to help you understand more, but I also feel like it's going to help you be a little bit kinder to yourself, or perhaps this is somebody else that you are forgiving towards, but it helps you to see why things happened the way that they did. But I do feel like a key element here is forgiveness, whether that's forgiving yourself if you made a decision that you feel like you should have done differently, or letting go of anger towards another person, because there's something here about if you move on quickly, that things turn around faster. So your mindset is super important with that. For Grindhard, we've got, has there been any talk about me today? I feel like there's about to be, but there has not been as of yet. So I feel like this afternoon, yes. Six of Pentacles in the reverse. There may have been some rushing or lack of time this morning. Does the mom of future wifey Micah like Grind Hard? This feels like a pretty tough cookie to me. I'm gonna go with no, not yet. You might have to like deal with a little questionnaire or an interview. Yeah, this is saying you gotta like talk to the mom a little bit more, because this is somebody who I think has a reason, because of experiences, to not be very trusting. And this could also be something that had been taught to your person, right? So be patient. You have a winning personality that will eventually win her over. But as of right now, it's kind of like, I don't know if I trust you, you know? Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you, Whispers. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I'm gonna be late if I don't. But I love you all. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes. If you can hype the video, I appreciate you even more. And I'll see you in the next reading. Toodles.